It's the Betty White Show from Hollywood.
Here's how we feel today. It's a good day for singing a song.
Hello, Betty.
Hello, Alan.
What are your plans for the summer, Betty?
What did you have in mind, Alan?
What a genius I've got.
Good day.
Cook's pimply all over.
I cooked, I cleaned, I took in the inseam on your fig leaf.
Why didn't you just give me a smaller fig leaf?
They don't grow that small.
I'm not in the mood for jokes, especially about the little man. You know he scares me. Spanish flies. Never mind. I'll just frost you instead.
Mike, what is your deal, man? You're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
That's cool.
I just can't believe I am hosting Saturday Night Live.
New York, it's Saturday night!
I'm 91, I'll move the piano. I'm perfect. I hate to break that news to you, but it's probably not news to you. I'm just perfect.
What do you attribute your sunny side optimism to?
I had great taste in picking out parents. They just taught me to accentuate the positive, not the negative. Positive sure beats the alternative, I'll tell you.
Yeah. It's always nice to have a smile on your face in the morning, right?
Well, and to mean it. You can't just say, you can't do that. It's just as easy to find the upside as it is to find the downside.
Yeah, I heard something about it only takes, 2 muscles to make a smile and 13 or something to make a frown, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did you know that? I didn't know that
No, I
either.
didn't know that.
Now, I think that, part of being positive and sunny is the reason why, because animals bring that out in people. I have a kitty cat, love my kitty cat.
Oh,
and she makes me smile. I just, she loves me no matter what.
No matter
what. I think that's
what.
why I think you love animals so much. Am I right?
I think so. I think the four-leggeds beat the two-leggeds 9 times out of 10, as far as I'm concerned. They respond to you, and they respond to the positives that you bring them, and I think we can learn a lot from that. And I'm just comfortable around them. And I'm not always comfortable around people.
Yeah. I don't, really?
No.
Not as, really?
Well, you pretend to be.
Like you are now?
That's right, I'm pretending like that.
You are such a fun-loving person. I love this show where you play practical jokes on people.
Oh my God!
Excuse me.
Off
my
the
goodness.
Rockers?
Yeah, I mean, that show is like, okay, Off the Rockers is a perfect title for that because these people do some of the craziest things and people don't expect it at all.
But it's the older people doing it.
Right.
They're the ones pulling the pranks, on the younger people, which I find kind of fun. It started in Belgium. It was a big, big hit. It was called, what was it?
Acher.
Altenkocker, yeah.
I don't speak Belgian, so,
But it was, so when they brought it over here, they asked me to do it, and I looked at it and I thought, that is just so silly. Well, all right, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. And of course, it kind of caught on, so It was fun.
But it's sort of your personality, kind of, because you don't mind being a little naughty, a little bit goofy.
Well, that's fun. It's much more fun than being dignified. Anybody can be dignified.
Oh, any man who can throw words around like that. Hyperbole? Vitiate? Assiduity? Anachronistic.
A cheerful attitude can be annoying to some people. They say, oh, if she smiles one more time, I'm going to hit her. But I can't help it. I just find it more comfortable.
Well, in fact, that was your character on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. You were kind of the annoying, smiley one all the time in that newsroom. I mean, if you were in my newsroom, we'd go, well, there she goes again, the smiley one.
Yeah, the happy homemaker. That damn happy homemaker.
And that I think endeared us to you in so many ways because you always were that way. but you had a twinkle in your eye, like you could turn on a second and be really naughty.
Well, I don't know what you mean.
Really?
Lou, you were so cute when you called me last night.
Oh, I called you by accident. I didn't know it was your number written on the wall.
They say it doesn't pay to advertise.
When I look back at your relationship with Alan, it was a great example of true love. And I mean, I think all of us wanted that in our lives.
And it took me a long time. I had 2 bad marriages before it. And all of a sudden, when you meet the right one, there's just no question.
Lost. The losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed. Nowhere to go.
But now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way.
For love came just in time.
I lost him too soon, but we missed 18 years together by 3 days. He's been gone for over 30, but he's still right around. As a matter of fact, he's sitting right over there.
Hard to believe, hard to believe. Mm-hmm. What does love mean to you?
Alan.
That's sweet. That's really sweet.
And all the 4-legged critters as well.
Just in time.
Coming up, Betty talks about hosting SNL and fun behind-the-scene moments.
So stick around, and we'll be right back.
I'm fine. Listen, I want you to do me a favor.
Anything.
If something happens, I want you to look after Dorothy and Blanche and Sophia for me.
Sure, Mom, whatever you want.
And there's something else I want to tell you. Now lean in close. This is very important. Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Saturday Night Live was a huge success. Oh my goodness.
It was such fun.
Everybody wanted you on that show and you came through. Tell me what that experience was like.
Panic, sheer panic. I was so scared. My agent said, I had turned it down 3 times, hosting it. I said, no, I'm so California. I'm such a Californian, and it's so New York oriented. I'll be like a fish out of water. But my agent said, no, you've got to do it. I said, oh, no, I don't. And I was going through in my mind, I'm going to change agents. I'm not going to do that show.
Are you out of your mind?
And he finally talked me into it. It was scary, but it was the most fun I've ever had. It's a real experience because everything happens so fast, and you can't memorize. And I can't use cue cards, but you have to there because you do maybe 40 sketches. You can't memorize them all because they keep changing. And then they grab you off one sketch into a closet. Somebody's taking your clothes off. Somebody else is changing your wig, and then they drag you back out on stage, and you think, now which sketch is this? What are we doing? Where are we? But it was really a wonderful experience. And as I say, I can't read cue cards, but there was this wonderful cue card man he said, just watch me. He said, don't look at Tina Fey, she's here. Look at me, I'm over her head. And he would hold the cards up way back, and they were printed like this so I could read them. But she was doing the same over my head, but it looked like we were making eye contact. It's the only way you can handle that many sketches.
Like Hot in Cleveland, it was live, so the adrenaline, the excitement of having to do something live, that's a whole different dynamic.
It's a whole different dynamic. Valerie is panic-stricken. And I said, well, what if I screw up? I said, the audience will be so thrilled that they'd be so disappointed if we didn't. So let's start with her line?
Yes.
I'm flying.
Okay, now I'm really ready, and I'm
Is it too late to recast? I signed up when my bender was over. In fact, that's my screen name. Bender over.
I do live television every day, and when we screw up, we get tons of comments about it. They love it when we mess up, even though we shouldn't, right?
That's right. We shouldn't, and we should go in perfectly prepared, which you think you are until all of a sudden it goes away, and you keep thinking it'll pop right back into my head, and it doesn't.
So what is Hot in Cleveland about?
Hot in Cleveland are these ladies who started in Los Angeles, and they were going to take themselves to Paris because they had no romance in Los Angeles, so they thought they'd go to Paris and find love. And their plane had an emergency landing, and they landed in Cleveland. And as they're walking through the airport to find another plane, the guys were all eyeing them and making a little move on them. I said, well, why are we going all the way to Paris if we're hot in Cleveland? So that's where it came from. And those gals, how lucky can I be to have the Mary Tyler Moore group first, and then the Golden Girls group, and now to find another group of people that are such fun to play with. We miss each other when we don't see each other. We can't wait to get back together.
You become best friends with those people, right?
You can't help it. It's family.
Yeah, yeah.
It's lovely.
Think about those groups and how lucky. I mean, I look at the kids who did Friends. They're all close. Your Mary Tyler Moore group is close. You know, your Golden Girls group is close, and they become
Golden Girl. We don't have any more Golden Girls now, so we've lost each other. But the Hot in Cleveland group is just, Wendy and Valerie and Jane are just incredible to work with. First of all, because they're very professional in the first place. They take their job seriously, they come in prepared, they don't die in the hair and makeup chair forever. And we just have such a ball. But we have to be very careful, because sometimes on a silly day, you don't dare make eye contact, because if you do, you're gone. I signed up when my...
The thing about that always strikes me about watching you perform is that you have so much fun doing it.
Oh, I love it. It's how lucky, how many people at 91 years old are still able to work in this beautiful business, and I mean, and get asked to work in this beautiful business, and it's just such fun. I just can't imagine doing anything else.
When we come back, what do President Obama and Betty White share in common? And Betty talks about her love of the LA Zoo.
The general public doesn't realize what zoos do.
What are some of the favorite things that you've done in your life as you look back? What are some of the particular things that really made you laugh, really made you enjoy yourself?
Day before yesterday, I did a National Geographic special on big cats.
Really?
And we went down to the San Diego Zoo and the Los Angeles Zoo and the Wild Animal Park. And I was up this close to lions and tigers, and it was just such a joy. And in 65 years in this business, it was one of the happiest shows that I've ever done, which came as a surprise.
Tell us why that's so important to you, the LA Zoo.
Oh, the LA, well, all zoos. I'm a zoophile.
Well, I grew up in San Diego, so the San Diego Zoo to me is like the best zoo in the world.
And I haven't been there since day before yesterday. It's important to me because the general public doesn't realize what zoos do, how many species would be extinct if it weren't for zoos. I just find it absolutely fascinating that what we learn in zoos, we can now apply to the wild population and save many dwindling populations of animals just through what we've learned about them in the captive situation. I started with the Los Angeles Zoo over 50 years ago, and they haven't been able to get rid of me since.
So you go to visit the president, and you only pay attention to the dog? How's that?
Well, no, it's just they took me through on a beautiful tour of the White House before I went in to meet the president. And oh, the White House is so gorgeous. It is. So I was there, and I would go through room after room, and I was always hoping there's gotta be a Bo in here somewhere. Where is Bo, the Portuguese water dog? And so finally, I walked into this room, and something jumped off the couch and came over to me. So I sat down on the couch, and Bo got up and stretched across me like this, and I spent a half hour scratching the first dog behind the ears and under the chin. It was just a delight. So then I had the visit with President Obama, who was wonderful. He was, whatever your politics, he is such a gentleman and such an interesting person. So then I said goodbye to the president, and Bo said, "Come on, let me show you my garden." And out he bounced, and he would run way down. Oh, the grounds are so beautiful. Way out there, and then back to me. "Oh, have you seen my pond? Have you seen my mother's vegetable garden?" So he was running all over showing me the White House grounds.
So he was a very able guide through the whole White House.
He was a perfect guide. Oh, he was a dear.
Don't you just love animals? They're just terrific.
Oh, they give you back so much and ask so little.
Yeah. Tell me why you feel like you need to protect the kinder species, if you want to call them that, the animals in the world.
I just love them. I don't think there's an animal in the world, anything with four legs, that I don't really not only love but feel comfortable around. If they have more than four legs, I think they're kind of abusing a privilege. I'm not into creepy crawlies quite as much as I am into animals, but I just find them rewarding.
Next, advice from Betty and her secret on staying young.
I love what I do for a living. I'm the luckiest old broad on 2 feet.
Do you work out? Do you do exercise every day? How do you keep in such great shape?
I have a 2-story house and a very bad memory. So I think, I meant to get that when I was up there. When I get upstairs, what did I come up here for? Okay, well, I'll go. Oh, I left it upstairs.
Up and down,
up and down,
stairs.
up and down.
That keeps you going. That keeps that body in motion, huh?
Yeah,
because I do Pilates, and look, I'm not in that great a shape.
Oh, I think you are.
Oh, well, thank you.
But I get so lonesome.
You know, it's funny, when I was a kid, we used to say that if someone was cute, she was a Betty. Did you know that? Did you ever hear that term?
No.
Really?
No.
Did you not know that? That we used to say if a girl was cute, she was a Betty? You know why? Because of you.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, you don't go back that far. No, it must have been some other Betty.
No, it was you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, that was true.
Oh, well then, let's kind of
Should we get rid of the cameras?
Oh, that too. But why don't we just kind of spread that word around, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's so interesting to sit here and talk with you. You feel like it's like I've known you my whole life, and hopefully,
how nice.
Hopefully you feel the same way having watched me on the news every night, right? You watch me every single night, never miss.
Yeah, no, I turn down dates to watch you. Yeah, not as many anymore.
And I think that's part of what endears you to your audience, is that there's a familiarity. They've come to expect Betty White, and there's a level of performance that you always give, because you're really serious about your what you do for a living. I love what I do for a living. I'm the luckiest old broad on 2 feet. It's such a privilege, and I never take it for granted. I hear young people these days, "Oh, I'm working so hard. Oh, the hours are so tough." And I always say, just think, if you didn't have it to do, think of all the people around the world who would sell their souls to do what we're doing. How lucky are we? We're pretty lucky. Yeah.
Maybe I'll win and maybe I'll lose. Maybe I'm in for crying the blues. Nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Somehow I knew at a glance the terrible chances I'm taking. Fine at the start, then left with a heart that is breaking. Maybe I'll live a life of regret. Maybe I'll give much more than I'll get. Nevertheless,